Ready for another deep dive? We're wading into some pretty fascinating conversations happening all over Australia right now.
Yeah, think of it as like a cheat sheet for understanding all the buzz.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So instead of, getting lost in your news feed, we've gone and pulled out the really juicy bits on the topics everyone's talking about.
Yeah, we're going to hit three big ones that are really making waves.
Okay, so we're diving into AI companions and what their rising popularity really means.
We're also going to tackle that absolute beast of a rental market in Australia.
Oh yeah,
Fun.
that's a fun one. And then we're going to wrap things up by looking at quiet quitting and what it all means,
Should be pretty interesting.
for sure. All right, well, let's just jump right in.
Let's do it. Okay, so first up, we've got AI companions.
Yeah, this one's pretty wild. Like, imagine having an app where you can just, design your perfect partner.
Oh, yeah, like a build a partner app,
Exactly. You get to pick everything from their voice to how they look.
even down to their personality.
Totally. It's like straight out of science fiction. But here's the thing. Millions of people are using these apps.
It's not just a few people messing around.
It's huge.
It makes you wonder what's going on, you know?
Yeah, like what are people looking for?
Are we all just that lonely?
Well, I mean, I saw this Reddit thread the other day where someone was saying that their AI girlfriend understands them way better than their ex ever did.
Wow.
I know, right? So even though these AI are designed to be engaging,
Sure.
some people are forming real emotional connections with them.
It is fascinating.
It is. And it's not just like casual chats either.
No.
There are even virtual honeymoon packages now.
No way.
So people are actually investing, both emotionally and financially in these AI relationships.
So it's going way beyond just a bit of fun,
It is. Which brings us back to that question of loneliness.
right? Are people turning to AI because they're feeling so disconnected in their real lives?
It's got to be a factor, right?
Yeah. I mean, an AI is always there for you and they never judge you.
True. And they always text back right away.
Exactly. That's got to be appealing to someone who's feeling isolated.
No kidding.
Yeah.
But then you've got to think about the bigger picture.
Okay, what do you mean?
Well, this technology is starting to show up in established relationships too.
Like marriages and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There are people who are married who are turning to AI bots for emotional support.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
It's complicated, right?
Yeah. I mean, where do you draw the line?
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, if you're getting emotional fulfillment from an AI, what does that say about your actual relationship?
Right. What's missing in that relationship that you need to go outside of it?
And it makes you think, is this some kind of digital infidelity?
Cheating in the cloud.
It sounds crazy,
Mm-hmm.
but the more sophisticated these AI get,
And the closer people feel to them.
the harder it is to ignore that question.
So, like, imagine trying to explain to your partner that you're not actually cheating. You're just talking to an algorithm.
That has really good banter.
Right. An algorithm with great banter.
You're
Exactly.
nice.
It's a tough sell.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So where does this all leave us? Are AI companions the future of relationships?
Or are they just a temporary fix for a much bigger problem?
It's probably a bit of both, right?
Yeah. I think the technology itself is fascinating.
It is.
And it's clearly meeting a need for a lot of people.
Totally.
But it also forces us to look at some really big questions.
Like, what does it actually mean to connect with another human being?
And why are so many people feeling so lonely in the first place?
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there.
For sure.
All right, well, let's move on to something that's a little less digitally romantic.
And a lot more stressful.
Yeah, we're talking about the rental crisis in Australia.
Oh, yeah, this one's a real doozy. It's impacting more and more people every day.
And it's not just about rising prices.
Right. It's about people being evicted from their homes.
Families living in tents.
It's a serious problem.
And it's getting worse.
Some of the stories you hear are just heartbreaking.
Like, I heard about this 2-bedroom flat in Melbourne that was going for $750 a week.
$750 a week.
Yeah, but it came with mold, a broken heater, and a resident possum.
Oh, no.
I know. Right? And that's not even the worst of it.
It gets worse.
Oh, yeah. In Sydney, there are studio apartments going for $920 a week.
You're kidding?
Nope. And the tenants have to share a toilet down the hall.
That's insane.
It's rough. And the thing is, wages just haven't kept up with these crazy rent increases.
No, they haven't at all.
So people are being squeezed from both sides.
Exactly. And then you have investors who are driving up prices even further.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's no wonder that so many adults are thinking about moving back in with their parents.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot lately.
It's tough though, right? Like,
Yeah.
imagine having to go back to your parents and say, hey, can I have my old room back?
Especially if you're like in your 30s or 40s.
And then ending up sleeping in the garage next to the lawnmower.
Oh, man, that's rough.
It is. But people are getting desperate.
And they're coming up with some pretty creative solutions.
Like what?
Well, some people are actually turning to AI chatbots to vent about their landlords. Yeah, they're complaining to a robot about the mold in their bathroom or whatever.
I guess it's better than nothing.
It's kind of funny in a dark way.
Yeah, it is. It's like the AI is going to say, oh, I'm so sorry to hear about your mold problem. Please rate your satisfaction with this interaction.
Exactly. But it also shows how powerless people feel.
Totally. Like the whole rental market just feels like this toxic relationship.
You're constantly giving more and getting less in return.
And the idea of market rates just feels like gaslighting at this point.
Like there's no hope for things to get better.
It's bleak. So what are people supposed to do?
Well, some people are thinking way outside the box.
Like what kind of outside the box?
I've heard people talking about starting rental co-ops.
Interesting.
Or embracing van life.
I mean, hey, it's an option.
Maybe we'll all just end up living with AI companions.
At least they don't charge rent.
True.
Okay, well, let's wrap things up with our final topic.
Quiet quitting.
This one's been generating a lot of buzz lately.
And a lot of debate.
Totally. So for anyone who hasn't heard of it, quiet quitting is basically when you do the bare minimum at work.
You don't go above and beyond.
You don't work late.
You don't answer emails after hours.
You just do your job and then you clock out.
It's about setting boundaries.
Exactly. And it's rubbed some people the wrong way.
Yeah, some employers and managers see it as lazy or a lack of commitment.
But there's another side to this story,
Right. A lot of people are arguing that quiet quitting is a direct response to burnout.
especially after the pandemic.
People were working so hard for so long.
And they didn't feel appreciated.
They were just given a company mug and told to keep going.
It's like, hey, thanks for the mug, but I'd rather have a life.
Work-life balance is so important.
It's not a luxury. It's a necessity. Like, imagine your boss scheduling a Zoom meeting during your grandma's funeral.
That's messed up.
It is. It's like they expect you to be available 24/7.
Even in the afterlife.
Right. Like, finish that spreadsheet from beyond the grave.
It's ridiculous.
It is. Now, obviously, not everyone can just decide to quiet quit.
Yeah, if you're working multiple jobs just to make ends meet,
You don't really have the option to dial it back.
you got to do what you got to do.
But for those who can quiet quit,
Huh.
it's an interesting choice.
It's a way of pushing back against a system that's demanding too much.
It's a silent protest against low wages and a lack of respect.
It's a way of saying, hey, I'm a human being, not a machine.
And I deserve a life outside of work.
Exactly. So it's not just about laziness or disengagement.
It's about taking back control.
It's about prioritizing your well-being.
It's about saying no to the hustle culture.
And yes to a more balanced life.
So there you have it, folks. AI companions, a rental market gone wild, and the quiet quitting revolution.
It's a lot to process.
It is, but it's all part of the crazy tapestry of life in Australia right now.
It's certainly a unique time to be alive.
It is. And
Yeah.
maybe by acknowledging these challenges and even laughing at them a little bit, we can feel a little less alone in all of this.
Yeah, a little shared understanding can go a long way.
Totally.
Hmm.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if there was an AI companion out there right now writing a glowing review of this deep dive.
Yeah, something like this podcast really got my user thinking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the weird and wonderful world of current events.
And who knows what we'll uncover next time.
Until then, stay curious, folks, and keep those conversations going.
We'll catch you later.
See ya.